Yo, what's good? So I'm here with an owner, not only the owner of a shop, a tattoo shop out here actually. And the craziest thing about it is that this guy has been my mentor when I was struggling through a lot of things in life. I was going through a lot of mental breakdown, a lot of stress and everything when I was out here for a little bit. And he became my mentor. His name is Dorsey.
What's up, everybody?
He's the owner of a company called Zillionaires Inc. Sorry, not a company. His own tattoo shop, his own industry that he's creating. And it's something very inspiring that he's his own entrepreneur, started the shop. But you know what? Let's let him talk and everything so we can get to know more about him. So I gotta ask you, like, what made you start a tattoo shop? Like, how were you growing up? You know?
Um, First of all, I'm from the '80s. Let's start there.
Yeah, yeah,
So the '80s is very different. You know, it's very more outside. A lot of people outside. So what happened was, growing up as a child, my pops was a tattoo artist, and that's how we just, you know, went to city to city to city, and that's how I seen, you know, what it could do for you. So I'm gonna skip a lot of story of it.
yeah,
So growing up, I didn't want to be a tattoo artist, and then I kind of like had a falling off in a relationship. Got me hectic. Got me like depressed and shit or whatever it was. Like mentally, it was very bad. We'll get to that or whatever. Living in the street, I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? And walked into a tattoo shop and I was amazed of the tattoo shops. I didn't know tattoo shops existed. You understand?
yeah,
Because growing up in the industry was like backyard boogies to me. Like
yeah,
hotels, backyards. You know what I mean? It was like that was just my lifestyle as a child. And then so when I seen that there was a tattoo shop, I was in shock. And then I was like, what is this shit? And this guy was like, oh, it's a tattoo shop. And I was like, huh, interesting. I was like, what do you have to do to work here? And I was about like maybe 21 years old. And he goes, you have to have 40 pictures of drawings. I said, okay, I'll be right back. Right. I walked. And then I remember he called me and he goes, hey, come here, bro. And I said, what's up, bro? And he goes, nah, man. He starts laughing, looks like little old school gangbangers. I don't know how gangbangers look now, but, look up Treleos in the 80s.
yeah, yeah,
So it's like different, heavy, more heavy clothes, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Let's put up right here.
Yeah. So, and then, he was laughing. I remember, and he goes, nah, man, you need 40 pictures of tattoos you've done. And I was like, oh, I don't have one, but I've been in the industry, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I was like, fuck it, you know what I mean? So, I hit the street again. I was out in the street, I was 21, and I was like, fuck it, let me try this tattooing. And then, I came back to LA from Miami, and then, what's it called? Met up with some homies. They gave me a machine, and after that, I just never turned back, homie. And then, I worked at 5 shops. Thank you for all the shops that gave me an opportunity. And then, I made it to a point where I build my craft, and then now it's learning how to build the foundation, you know, and that's what it is, you know what I mean?
that's beautiful. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I remember, when you first brought me into the shop. Like, I remember when this all started. I came in just for a nose piercing, and you clowned on me for crying a bit. You were like, "Ah, it's okay, it's a tear." And like, I remember from that point on, we got along. Everything's so good. And then you brought me into the whole Zillionaires family. Now,
Word up.
Zillionaires Inc. What does that mean to you? Like, what is the foundation of that name?
The foundation of the name means more than some, you know. So, it goes by, people. There's always more, uh, stuff. Like it's kind of weird because what zillion means is a high number of thoughts below frequency of conversation. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I never thought about
So
it like that.
yeah, so it's like, there's a lot of people be creative with and not limit yourself.
Yeah,
So that's what it really means. It means don't limit yourself for any type of reason in your creating of whatever you create. You know what I mean? You have to bond with people. People limit themselves.
yeah,
And don't get me wrong, there's people that like to be what is it competitive,
yeah.
and that's fine, but just as long as you're not competitive, then you don't have to worry about the people always being competitive with you. And that's it. As long as you're not competitive with yourself, then you don't have to worry about nobody being competitive with you. You know what I mean? No, That's it. You know what I mean?
Now, there's something that's been stuck in my head since yesterday. We were texting, and I remember you brought up the word serendipity. Shout out to Sada also for that word too, which is she has it tatted on her, my homegirl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what is that
So
word like about?
serendipity. See, all right. So serendipity came upon my life maybe when I was like 24. I was pissed, homie. I just, my mom got murdered at when I was 21. You know what I mean? And I was going through my head, right? And then, like now I have one less home to go to.
Yeah,
So now I'm really out in the street. You know what I'm saying? I don't have, any, like somebody to go visit or whatever. Dollar sign that. So my mom, she got murdered and stuff like that. And I was standing in front of my homie's pad one day. I remember I was just sitting there, like just standing, meditating, bro. Just standing, bro. Just like a house that I grew up with my homies. And then the homie comes outside and he goes, "Hey, my dad asked if you know what the word serendipity means." And I was like, "Nah, bro. But you know what? That's a good question right now because I'm going through some shit right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that it was something different than what I'm going through right now. You know what I'm saying? Your pops just put me on a game where now I want to go search this word and see what it means. You know what I'm saying? And then, so I was like, I'm gonna use it for to bury my aggressiveness.
yeah.
And then I came upon that name and I started graffitiing it for a while, dog, you know what I mean? And I just buried all the old graffiti names that I had and started using serendipity for life, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
every time I tattoo, I put a piece of serendipity to people's life, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, their their purpose is to accidentally find something that is, beyond their imagination, you know what I mean? And that
Yeah.
goes forward with the tattoos, you know what I'm saying? And art and whatever they like. So that's what serendipity means to me, homie. I got it out of I was standing there very angry, you know, and the homie came out, one of my good boys, bro. Shout out to my boy Anthony, shit. So he came out and he told me, bro, he's like, "Hey, my dad's asking if his dad, bro, you know what I'm saying?" And his dad was in the house. For my boy to come out and be like, "Hey, my dad's asking if you know the word serendipity," was a shock to me because I was like, "Your dad, your pops,
Your
my boy,
pops,
your
yeah.
OG sent that shit? Like what?" And he was like, "Yeah, he wants to know if you know the word." And I was like, "Nah, bro, you know what I mean?" But I thanked him, bro. I was like, "Thank you, homie. I'm going through some shit right now that kind of like it expanded my mind to something different. You know what I'm saying?"
And it threw some knowledge also.
Right, you know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
like something that I could go and look forward to look at and see what this word meant, you know what I'm saying? And it was good, homie. It just means accidental purposes, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people that come in here, sometimes they accidentally come in here, they ask a question and then they leave with a purpose.
That's
So
happened with us.
that's what life's about, homie.
Yeah,
Life's
yeah.
about, accidentally having a purpose to life, you know what I mean? And that's what serendipity means, homie. So
Yeah, like I said, like it's crazy, like how we met, and then even then, like you brought me in, like if I was your own little brother, like you literally, like there
you
was
guys
days
are,
where
homie.
yeah,
You
no,
guys are, brother. You know what? It's not that you guys are my little brothers. Is that you guys are my young grooms.
yeah,
Like I'm a young groom to Jesus, homie, the Lord. You know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying? Let's not throw any names that people get mad at us. So let's just say Lord, homie. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So, we're young grooms to the Lord, homie, and we gotta respect our groom. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? If your groom is here to sharpen your iron, my boy, and make sure that you look fit for your lady, for your life, or whatever, then that's what it is, homie. You need to sharpen yourself with your grooms. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? And then if you see that your grooms are all horse playing, you don't want that around you, my boy. You know
It's
what I mean? You
true.
don't want that groom around you, dog. That groom does not fit in your circle. You know what I mean? And that's all it is, homie. Like, you just gotta understand that even the Bible got encrypted messages for us to apply to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we have to learn the definitions of life. It's not just living life. You know what I mean? And a lot of those separate you from being and places where you might fall in a pothole. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah,
not good, homie. You're a young dude, dog, and you know what time it is, homie. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So.
No, but like even going back to it, like I said, like there was days where like I'll be tired, I was hungry, and you basically were like that person that gave me a plate of food, or even like I was tired, you let me sleep on your couch, and it was more
You're,
of
st- you're
like,
hungry now?
huh?
You're
Nah,
hungry now?
not right now, not right now,
All
but
right,
you know what I
yeah.
mean. But I appreciate
We'll
it
get
though,
some of you,
but
my
you
boy.
know what I mean. I mean maybe
Yeah,
after, maybe, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, like even going back to it, it's like that showed me like, damn, like this guy is not that. I just met him a couple days, but you became my mentor so quick and taught me so much. Even with this whole YouTube thing, the first time I started recording, I was scared, and I first came here and I asked him, "What do I do?" I was about to go to a first video shoot for Eric, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was nervous, and I told him I'm about to go to a shoot right now. I'm scared, and the first thing I remember, and I still remember this day, he told me, "Whatever you first steps you take might change your life, but let it change it. It might be something good." And those steps that I took made me where I'm at now, where I'm recording, showing you guys footage and everything, and even like not filming. But even going back now, most of my conversation, I try to talk about mental health and bring some awareness to it. Now, a big thing what I wanted to talk to you about is what is mental health to you? Because I know back then, growing up, it wasn't seen so much. But
Um,
nowadays, it's like now there's awareness. You have a big poster about it. You know what I mean?
Mental health, what it means to me, homie, is mental health was like what happened in 2020, the epidemic.
Yeah.
You see how everybody got cautious? That's mental health, brother. You know what I'm saying? That shows you how it really is, how people feel, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's showing you how people really feel about people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And and you got to understand it's very isolated. People are very isolated. And there is good mental awareness and there is bad mental health. I
Yeah.
mean, you need a it's just there's separations to that shit. You know what I'm saying? There is people out here doing bad mental illness shit,
Yeah.
and then there's people out here that could be saved, homie. You know what I'm saying? So the common denominator of learning what it is, it's how to structure yourself, or we have to structure ourselves on learning how to get weak, and then like get light, and then learn how to grow with that alignment. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because that's what the light's for. When God created light, okay, and then God created darkness, but He also created light in the darkness.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? So people have to get light. People have to have that what is it? That spiritual awakening out of them. And some
Yeah.
people can't control that, bro. They go out of control. You know what I mean? They get frond from it. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to be, like I said earlier, it's okay to be scared, homie. You know what I mean? You have to have fear. If you don't have no fear in your life, bro, you're not gonna learn, homie. You know what fear is? Taking a risk, doing this broadcast. You understand? That's
Yeah.
that's fear, homie. Because you're putting yourself in places and to step up and take risk. And yeah, it's scary sometimes. You understand? Because you don't want to fall into places where you don't want to fall into. So the awareness and
So what's crazy about this is that the camera died, and we started talking about God. That has never happened ever in my camera, like fully charged and everything, and it died. So we're continuing. We're continuing this whole interview like on my phone. But just to let you guys know, like that's never happened. It's crazy because like Dorsey is a very spiritual person. So for that to like happen, it's like it's showing. So yeah, I even got the camera right here. It's dead and everything. I'm about to put it in the charge real quick. But yeah, anyways, where did we leave off last time? Sorry about that, man. But
no, it's cool.
yeah, yeah,
Let's keep talking, homie. That's what it's we left off on mental awareness.
yeah, yeah.
The awareness, that we need to help people is to actually, you know, be creative with people,
Mm-hmm.
uh, let people be themselves. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people do not want people being themselves, and it's hard. Sometimes you got knuckleheads and cuckoos and shit like that, but you gotta let them be themselves.
Yeah.
People judge too fast. Life's not about judging people too fast. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So besides that, just is any what else you want to talk about? You tell me.
I mean,
What were you questioning?
the thing mostly about it is he told me he used to tag and everything back in the day. Like,
Well, I didn't tag because tagging to me is tagging along people.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
more of a like a writer, like
yeah, yeah,
philosopher. I like to do murals. It's different. You
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean? It's not the same tagging. Tagging is like people that wanna you know be in a group in a gang or in a crew or something. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
finding a way to escape like that, which is not wrong with it, homie. You
Yeah.
know, you do what you got. Like I said, you got to do what you got to do to be creative, homie. You know what I mean? There's so much things to do in the world that people don't know how to not limit themselves. Don't limit yourself. You know, the key word in life to do anything in life is don't limit yourself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Don't be limited. There is no limit here on earth. You know what I mean?
The only person I've ever known that's like ever I feel like had that same mindset is Shaka. Like
Shocker.
Shaka, the only person I
Yeah.
feel like, cause he's not from no crew, no gang, nah. But if you go anywhere in LA, everybody knows who Shaka is.
Yeah, Shaka's old school, yeah.
Yeah.
Shaka's been writing since the 70s, you know what I mean? Some people, you know, like me, like I said, I used it to understand, but you know, I'm not gonna write something what I don't understand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for my homie's dad to ask me in a situation that I was in, because I was very, you know, isolated in myself, angry, thinking over my head, you know, contemplating about what's going on in life, you know what I'm saying? Just going
Yeah.
into the dark side, homie, you know? And it's crazy because it just takes 1 second to get that light spark back in your life. It's just how you accept it.
It's true.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I was in that moment where I was just like, fuck it, homie. Fuck dating girls. You know, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, no disrespect, girls, no disrespect. I mean, I was just in a point where I was just gonna be like, fuck it, homie. You know what I mean? Homies, I don't even want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like, I was just over it, homie. You know. And then the homie came and he said, "Hey, bro, you know, my pops asked if you know what the word serendipity means, and I didn't, homie. I'll be honest with you, I didn't. You know, not everybody don't know everything in the world. That's why we have to get up and be creative and learn. You know, we got to
Yeah.
teach our younger youth how to learn, homie. You know what I mean? We got to show you guys that it is fun out there to go and film and use technology and do. There ain't nothing wrong with that stuff, homie. It's just how we use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People want to use it for the bad, and then people want to use it for the good. You know what I mean?
It's
And
true.
and there's nothing. You know, the world's gonna transition to its time. But if you really think about it, bro, you know, our grass is greener. This is what I always say: our grass is greener than any planet. I'm saying, you know how you
Mm.
know that old saying, grass is greener than the other side?
Yeah.
Our grass is greener than any other side, homie. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need to water our planet, homie. You know what I mean? We need to water it with mental, you know, food for thought. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And you know, I'm a escapee suicidal, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was young, I was going through stuff. I didn't think people like was giving me love. You know, my pops, you know, he was there, but he had to work, and then, you know, I didn't have no one to talk to after I got in fights and shit. You know what I mean? Or so, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but growing up, you know, it taught me that he was there, homie, and he was just around the corner. He just had to do what he had to do as a man, homie.
He had to handle his own
Right.
business.
Got to do what he had to do as a man, homie. And then us as young, because we're young, we don't know how to pick up on that until we get older. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And some people still don't know how to pick up on that, bro. You know what I mean? And we need to teach them that it's okay, homie. You know what I'm saying? One day we're gonna grow up and we got to do what we got to do.
It's a learning process.
Right. You know what I'm
Everything.
saying?
Yeah.
And then what? And then you leave your parents behind, and then you know what I'm saying? And then
Mm-hmm.
there's like so it's just common being a common earth person, homie. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And growing and being physical, homie. We have to be physical here. You know what I mean? And people do get that. People do get the confusion of love and what they like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because protection is like you know, if you're going through a problem and someone's like, "Oh, I love you, man," they could be faking that, dog. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and you think you're loved, but then you're not. You know what I'm saying? So you got to separate, you know, your love and what you like. And but what I mean by that is your relationship. Remember, I've told you this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You you got love for who you got love. Like you love what your girl does,
Yeah.
but you like her because it's better off to fall off like than out of love.
Out
You
of
get what
love.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because love could just be like a word that you could use it just to just to paint over it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like buff over it. You know, and 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 that's a strong word, homie. You know what I'm saying? And people are not using it correctly. You know what I mean? And it's getting more and more and more, you know, messed up because sin's taking it now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Sin's taking the word love, and they're telling, you know, these girls or these guys, are getting told they love them, and they're getting told love. In reality, they're not really liked, homie. They're getting set up.
Yeah.
They're getting fucking poked on. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's what the trauma is, homie. That's where trauma is at, dog. That's where we have to aware of people creating trauma. You understand? Like if you like you like your broadcasting, like stuff like that, if somebody came and started being rude to you and being rude to your cameras and stuff like that, that's your health, that's your mental health, because you are producing it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then if somebody comes and taunters that, how do you make you feel? Angry, right?
Yeah.
See, so they're getting you out of character. The way to grow out of mental health is to learn how to not let somebody get into your character. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody not get into your bones, into your character, into your soul, into your spirit. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's how people break down. You get what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so we need to adjust everybody. Everybody has a screw loose, homie. We just need to tighten it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not everybody in the world is perfect, homie. Ain't nobody could come
That's
and tell
true.
me they're perfect. And it's okay to be a genius. It's okay to be, a dumbass. It's okay to be all that. You know what I'm saying? Your
Yeah.
your IQ doesn't consist on what you need to do in life. You understand what I'm saying? It's just what you do in life is how you pursue it.
Mm.
So if you go out there and do what you do, but don't hurt anybody's feelings doing it.
That's true.
You understand? Because now you're not being part of the awareness. You're making aware. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and, and you're making people wary. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's not helping nobody. So and the light, Earth's gonna change, homie. You understand? Earth is gonna change to its best, never to its worst. The only thing that causes the worst is people making people panic. You understand?
I get that. Yeah.
Not understanding how to uh, share power.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
And power is a big thing. That's a really big thing, especially like I don't know if you know this, but in certain prisons now, there's a book called Power actually,
Okay.
and that book is actually banned in so many prisons.
Hmm.
And the reason why is because it teaches people how to manipulate people, and it teaches people like the skills, the art of like, I guess, overtaking power. And it's crazy that somebody sat down wrote a book about it, and of course, they don't want that in prison because like,
Right. But it comes. It would see that chapter, like it's just an encrypted page that goes back from BC,
yeah,
before Christ and then after Christ. You understand?
hmm
Because even with the Lord, even with Christ, he was even manipulated to the point where they were like, this guy's saying too much. They got scared. You
yeah,
see how people need fear, and it's okay to fear, homie. If they understood the fear and they just let him give them fear, bro, then they would have been more woke. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But now, you know, now we had to let somebody die, and take upon the mental state that he had the answers, like a lot of genius people out here. He had answers too, but the only way he did it is he sacrificed himself in order to conceal it,
hmm
so later could be shared.
yeah,
Like now, you get what I'm saying? And now is by awareing people not to have fear, but fear is good, to be enlightened. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like being spook, like, whoa, I'm scared, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And but don't get harmed. Of course not. You
hmm
know what I mean? There's people out here that want to harm people. You know what I mean? Well, you don't let that kind of fear, you know, make you down. You grow from that fear. You
hmm
know what I'm saying? That fear that you feel, you use it as a power, and then you give it back. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you just stuck in your fear, then you're just stuck in your fear. But if you utilize that fear they gave you and you replicate it like a magnet, You know what I'm saying? When you put two magnets together and they don't connect together, how you know that?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You understand?
Hmm.
You don't let nobody magnet your fear.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because they're scared too.
That's
If
true.
somebody comes up to you and they're like, "Hey, they're scared, homie. They don't know, but they're scared. Deep inside, they're scared, homie.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you grow from that attention and you develop how to use it for power.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't let nothing put you down. You know, like that one song from War. Don't let nothing get you down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't let nothing get you down. You use it to rise up. You know what I mean? I slept for 3 months straight, homie. God my witness, my boy. I slept for 3 months straight, thinking, homie, depressed. If you don't think that's not mental illness, homie, mental illness, homie. There's people right now that just sleep all day. You understand? And like I said, sleep is the inner division of the mind to ignore what's really processing in your life.
Hmm.
And you need it to produce your system so when you wake up, at least it's a new life term where that's left behind. And now you got to face your new fears every day. Every day you wake up, you got to face new fears, homie. You know what I mean? You can't just wake up and think you ain't got no fears. Of course, every time I wake up, homie, I step outside, and just because of my characteristics, I'm like, man, hopefully they don't jam me up. You know what I'm saying? No
Hmm.
one, no one tries to stop me. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to be stopped out here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
make sure no one questions me wrong. You know what I mean? I don't want to be questioned wrong when I'm going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? That I already erased in my head. You know what I mean?
True.
So, but at the same time, you know, the past is always going to test your presence, and
Mm.
it's how you accept it. You know what I'm saying? You got to accept, like I said, you got to accept those challenges, man. You know,
Hmm.
but don't over, don't overdo it the way it was already overdone. So, it goes by having relationship, having friends. If you got in a fight with your friend in the past, right?
Yeah.
And then you guys run into each other at a bar or something, and now it's like, you know, what's up? We gonna do this again, or
We're gonna keep it
we
peace.
gonna keep it peace?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll buy you a shot, buy me a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. You know? But there's some people that keep it in their heart and
Yeah.
they want to harm. You understand? And that's because they're scared, homie. Anybody that wants to go and harm anybody, it's because they're scared, homie. Bottom line. You understand? And like I'm not into all that shit. I'm not into like stealing. First of all, I think stealing and being a thief and shit like that, they're the lowest, homie. They're like rapists to me, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You know why they're like rapists? Because they're sneaky and they want to touch shit that don't belong to them, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And that's the lowest of the fucking books, homie. You know what I mean? Because, you know, people work hard for their stuff for someone to come and take from somebody that don't even have much. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the lowest of the terms of people. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we got them. Much love to everybody. You know what I
True.
mean? And then, but whatever we do in life, there's rules. That's why it says basic instructions before leaving Earth. Bible. The definition of Bible is basic instructions before leaving Earth. So if we don't understand that we have basic instructions, believe me, it comes. There's stuff that needs to be taken care of. You know what I mean? So when you break a rule, what happens?
You're basically creating a sin for yourself.
You have that rule needs to become a law and it
Yeah.
has to get regulated.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So when you break a rule, there's a regulation to it.
Yeah.
You could break a lot of rules. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people who break a lot of rules, homie.
Yeah.
But in the end, they get regulated. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm
That's why a
saying?
lot of people like that Tupac song. Only
Right.
God can judge me.
Right. And then all their fear comes out now when they're getting regulated. What happened to all that fear that you was sharing with people the wrong way?
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? So let somebody give you fear, but use it as a reflection to be like, yeah, whatever, bro. Take it, homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's whatever, dog. I don't need that shit. I didn't need this fear anyways, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's how you accept life and being the individual that you are and what you want to create and what you want to reach out to. You know what I mean? Because it's not about having this and having that. It's about what legacy you're gonna leave. Get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I could tell you, yeah, man, I want to be rich and I want to be this and I want to be that. In the end, bro, I would love to have my name somewhere in a book
Yeah.
as a legacy. And that's worth more than anything. You get what I'm saying? But it's just what legacy are we leaving behind and what are we doing to change that legacy? Because you can't just have a legacy for showing people, you know what I mean?
True.
You have to work with them to see what they could show you as well. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like I said, homie, you guys are young, but you guys are showing me what's going on now.
Yeah.
I could show you how to get it from then, right? And how to do it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm learning what's going on now through you guys
Yeah.
because you
Kind.
guys are the
Yeah.
younger youth. You get what I'm saying? You guys are the ones that know that aliens are arriving. You guys are the ones that knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Because you guys are on top of the
Top of the whole
online.
media and
You get
everything.
what I'm saying? And I kick it in here and I'm like either working to build something or drawing, it's different. I separate myself from mediocre. You get what I'm saying? Because the phones and stuff is mediocre, homie, to me. Like I said, I'm old school. And it doesn't help me, you know, get where I'm gonna get. And, all the amount of money that I could think of, it's not gonna change the past drama that I have in my life, homie. Yeah, I could have mansions and boats and yachts and cars, right?
Yeah.
But I'm always gonna have that isolated depression. Understand?
Yeah.
So it's better to grow with people than money. And me, dude, I believe I have a lot of money, right? Why? Because I deal with a lot of people. You understand? All these people they have in their pocket, homie. Even if they don't have whatever, they still got one logical common sense, homie. And one logical common sense is 1 cent more than you had yesterday. You
Today.
understand what I'm saying? Because that could help you change your physique of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shout out to the homies that are helping people and doing all that and getting youngsters to become fortunate and all that. Yes, you guys need that in life.
Yeah.
God didn't say be poor. God said with the riches, but do it right. You get what I'm saying? God wants us to be, fortunate and have stuff, homie.
Mm.
He doesn't want us not to have stuff. You understand? He's not like, oh no, you can't have that. You gotta, you know what I mean? No. The reason why some people didn't have stuff is because the answers they were looking for. You get what I'm saying? We gotta remember, we gotta live in life, not questioning life. We just gotta, we just gotta solve stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you can't solve it, then put it to the side, do something different, and then come back when you're ready. Because when you start doing something different, you're gonna learn the answer's just gonna pop up, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then you put it together. You know what I mean? And then, and I get it. People want fast life. You know, but the world only spins about 13,000 miles per hour, brother. No fast, no slow. You know what I'm saying? All these other planets, whatever, some probably spin about 1,000 miles. It depends. Whatever. I don't know. I'm not scientist or nothing. But you know, the Earth spins about 13,000 miles per hour. No faster, no slower than anybody. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's just how you going to produce and present in this world, homie. You know what I'm saying? And what handout you're gonna give. To me, this is a handout. You get me? This is a handout. You said, hey Dorsey, let's do a handout. Instead of telling me, hey, let's do a broadcast, and what I heard was, hey, let's hand it out to them. Let's hand it out to the world. Let's talk about stuff, and it had to do with mental awareness. And like I said, my boy, like, I've been in the mental hospital. I've been arrested. I've been judged. I've been, you know what I mean? But no worse than anybody. You know what I mean? There's people out here that get judged for no reason. You know what I mean? and it's not, it's not the only power that the only fight that we're supposed to not fight is them giving them our power. So if we're like being judged, why give a shit? Like, hey, why you dressed like that? Uh, what's wrong with my dressing? Oh, you shouldn't be dressed like that. Duh, duh, duh. Does it offend you? Yeah, it offends me. Then, whatever, bro. If it offends you, my bad.
Mhm.
Oops. I didn't think I was going to offend anybody in the world. But hey, life goes on, homie. Because you're going to forget about me in like fucking few hours. You know what I mean? We probably erase that cuss out and whatever. You know?
I cut it off.
Yeah. So, it's like, you know, um, so it's not about giving people, mental health. It's about making them well. You get what I'm saying? And there's children here that got mental health, bro, that they probably just need to be heard and given a crayon, and they're kind of tough, but then you be tough with them. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? You're like, no, homie. You know what I'm saying? You break it down. I mean, we're adults, bro. People don't know how to communicate with kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're human too. Why
yeah,
create humans if we don't know how to communicate with one
that's
each
true.
other as humans? You know what I mean? So we have to adjust, our younger youth and our older youth to understand the breakthroughs of life, homie.
Damn, that was a lot to unpack, but you gave me something to think about, and that's the whole point of today's like video and everything, to give not only me but also the people who are watching something to think about. And again, like I appreciate your time, Brody. Like I appreciate your time again.
Yep, I
Anything you want
appreciate
to say to the people at home?
it. Much love to the people that got mental health. Don't let the dark times overtake you for anybody. You know, um, you know, it's always light and dark. So just know that our darkest times, they even have lights. If you look up, we got stars, we got the moon. It's a whole different life out here that we need to understand. And if we're really going through some problems in our head, we need to, probably rest our eyes and let it just fly by us. And then when we open it, regurgitate, and then just be calm. You know what I mean, and not let it overpower you where you want to hurt yourself. You know what I mean, and it's tough. I know it's tough because some people will not have that strength to do that. You know what I mean? But if you have if you have something that is going to injure you, put it to the side and go find something else that probably will injure you. You know what I'm saying? Don't injure yourself. Go out there and go get in a fight or something. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. You know what I mean? Don't attack yourself because people are making you feel some way.
In other
You know what I'm
words,
saying?
feel life.
Yeah. Feel life. Don't let power try to overpower your power when everybody's powerful in life, homie. You know what I'm saying? Don't let someone's fear involve in your fear and wake up your fear.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like like my fear is my fear. Don't wake it up because when you wake up my fear, now I'm fearful. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a lion, homie. You
Hmm.
just you know what I'm saying? So, just use your fear for common sense, and reach out and share your fears with people, so at least we could know how to adjust this life and make sure that all those fears that we have don't create another fear for our younger youth. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I really gotta you know talk about on that point of life, and that's it. Just
Mhm.
be good. God loves us, homie. You know what I mean?
Also, one last thing too. If y'all trying to get tatted up, let me show my tattoo. One of the tattoos I got from him, right here, the Scream one. If y'all trying to get tatted up and everything for a good price with an artist, and on top of that, get tatted up
Smile a
with an
little bit.
artist. Yep, get tatted up with an artist, and also come out with a life lesson to reflect on your life after that tattoo. Come here to Zillionaires Inc. We're located where, my boy?
Los Angeles, California, 405 North Mountain View Avenue, 90026. If not, just Google Zillionaires Inc. We're on all platforms, you know what I mean? And yeah, you know what I mean. Just smile, even if you can't smile. Just be happy that you're awake. That's it. You know
I'm
what I
gonna put a
mean.
link in the description for everybody to come check out the tattoo shop. Like I said, if y'all want to like get tatted up with Dorsey, we have also so many good artists too. Sadly, they weren't able to be here today, but it's all good though. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we interviewed the main jefe, the main CEO, the head honcho of all of this operation, and we'll get this going. All right, peace.
Like.